Thanks to Nutrafol for supporting the Daily Boost. Is it time that you join thousands of women who are standing up for their strands? You can grow thicker, healthier hair. All you have to do is go to Nutrafol.com. Use the promo code MTM. You'll get 20% off. Happy Wednesday. You know, happiness for me is I look out my window to my left. Imagine here I am. I'm driving my car, and I'm in the left side of the car because I'm in America right now. My computer screen, everything is in front of me. You're on the right there. Some of you out of the hood looking at me. But as I look out the left window, the window's down because the wind is blowing in my hair, and it's about 70 degrees. This is gorgeous. There's 2 alpacas, there's a mule, and there's 2 horses on the other side of the fence out there. And I'm smiling big time. If you're really lucky, that's not a mule. The donkey will sound off like a freight train, and you'll hear it live on the podcast. Living in the country in the wintertime. It's a beautiful place to be. It is a daily boost from MotivationMove.com. Every single day, we talked about yesterday, being grateful for what you have, where you are, all that kind of stuff. That means you can't get something else or move on. It's okay. But for what you got, and we express that. We express it in our actions every single day. Do you get up every single day and you create that action plan that you want? I'm going to give you a little inside tip before we start today. It's really an inside tip. Your to-do list is very much too long. Yeah, there's tons of stuff to do. There's always stuff to do. There's always something to fix. There's always somebody to call. You have to take the kids somewhere. You have a job. You don't have a job. There's always something you have to do. There's no doubt about that. But the really important stuff of the day, keeping your mindset straight, keeping yourself and your family and your friends on the same track, making sure you're living to your values, all that kind of stuff. The really important stuff, it doesn't take a whole lot. It takes just a little bit of time to set your mindset, not necessarily in the morning. I know a lot of people do that. But some people set it in the afternoon. Some people set it at 10 a.m. Some people are night people. They say, I'm going to spend some time meditating tonight at 10 o'clock before I go to bed and set my mindset. Then I can dream on it all night long. The most important work you do, well, that's when it's done. It's when you do it best. So let me ask you a question. Did you know that 30 million women have weekend or thinning hair? If you're one of them, you probably feel that, but you're not alone. There is a solution. Nutrafol is our sponsor today. If you would like to take back control of your hair, you can do that with Nutrafol. Now, when you do, it's not going to be very long before you are a raving fan, like so many others who say Nutrafol not only transforms their hair, but restores your confidence. It's amazing how hair can do that. Nutrafol offers 2 targeted formulas for women, both clinically shown to improve hair growth and thickness with less shedding. You'll see a big difference in 3 to 6 months, just like 86% of women who use Nutrafol. That's probably why more than 1,500 top doctors recommend Nutrafol as an effective and high-quality solution for healthier hair. Now, I use Nutrafol. I never thought I would, but my hair was thinning as I got older, and I had the chance. I said, let me give it a try. It did take a couple of months, but there is absolutely a difference in the thickness of my hair. I think you should try Nutrafol. You're going to like it. You can grow thicker, healthier hair and support the Daily Boost by going to Nutrafol.com and use the promo code MTM. New customers get 20% off. That's their best offer anywhere, plus free shipping with every order. Get 20% off at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code MTM. So I spend time on the phone with lots of clients, and probably 70% of the folks that I work with are business people. Now, frankly, about 100% are business people, because if you are a personal person and you're working with me on some kind of personal goals, you still probably work for somebody. You may have your own business. You may not be. You may work for somebody else. That's fine. But in any case, we're kind of in that world there where you're involved in business. So I was chatting with one client, and this is, sadly, it's a conversation I have on a very regular basis. I was working on my book the other day, and it's been interesting to figure out my book and what I wanted to tell and how I wanted to tell it, the nonfiction narrative I'm putting together. And I really thought back on it. I said, so what do I really want to do here when I get this thing completed? And it's a big issue right now for me. I thought about it. I said, there is always a process. There's certain things that come about when I talk to people that I always have to take them through every time. I kind of did it with Face Your Passion years ago, but it's much more extreme now, and it's much more specified now. I know exactly what's going on. There are certain things we have to take care of before we can take care of other things. So that's what's going in the book. But talking to my client, this is something that happens all the time. Goes into the office, works all day. There's an expectation about what happens in the office from the employees that are there. Now, like a lot of successful business owners, he kind of hits the ground running early in the morning. And then what does he do? Well, he does what he's been told to do. Leads by example. getting way out in front. Now, a lot of folks do that, but if I'm there, I'm going to set the energy and the tone of the day. I'm going to be here for them. Got an open door, man. Open office concept too, right? That's going away. I could have told them that when I was in school, back in elementary school. They tried the open concept in elementary school. I had an open concept high school. Even I knew back then it wasn't going to work. Now they have walls. It's a reason for cubicles don't work, right? Nonetheless, you walk in the office, and if you're the founder, if you're the person who really has to move it, and maybe you're always a founder, you always started the place, right? But your job is to move this thing forward. But if you're always available to help, and if your door is always open, and you always mean, hey, I'm that guy, I'm always here for you, first in, last out, weekends, the whole thing, man, your days routinely become 16 hours long, don't they? I mean, you can only get up earlier for so long. You can only stay up late for so long. You're human. Eventually, you're going to slow down. Usually, you'll slow down mentally first, and then you'll physically break down. Sometimes the stress will go to you first. 16-hour routine days, maybe occasionally getting a weekend off. That's not too bad when you think about it, because it really is bad when you get to vacation and you got to check in. When your vacation days are 8-hour work days and the rest are vacation. Oh, how did we get there? We got there because we all got phones with email on it. People expect you to be around all the time. Then pandemics and things like that happen. Got to answer the phone. Not really. 16-hour days, 7 days a week, 8-hour vacation days. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that that's unsustainable, right? Can you figure? I'm not a rocket scientist. I can figure that out. I'm not even a brain surgeon, and I can figure out that's not sustainable. In fact, a brain surgeon will tell you it's not sustainable. It'll stress you out. You're going to have brain surgery, and they'd never let you in a rocket ship if that's what you did. Just think about it. It's got logic there. I know some people can't follow the simplified version of it, but that's the one we use. Whether you work with your family, your staff, your employees, any group of people, doesn't matter. Maybe at church. Maybe you lead Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, Scouts, I guess they call them. They all want the same thing, don't they? People want the same thing. They want empathy, not sympathy. A lot of folks walking around out there with sympathy for everybody. Don't do that. Ooh, that hurts. Makes me feel icky. It does. There's a lot of ickiness out there, a lot of pain out there. Oh, I don't want to live in that world. There's a time and place for that. Yes, there is. But empathy, yeah, absolutely. I want to know how you feel. Understanding. People are looking for a lot of understanding as well. Not to pander to them. They just need to know you understand them. How about leadership? People are looking for leadership. People fall into leadership. It's kind of a cool thing. Some people strive to be a leader. That's all they want to do is lead. I just say, go ahead and do it. That's fine. Other people could care less. I happen to be a guy that leads fairly well. At the same time, when I find a good leader, I get right in line. I do. It's, sometimes I look up and I go, how did I get here? Well, he was good. Darn. And I've said it for years. I mean, there are certain people, probably a handful of people over my lifetime that have been such good leaders that had empathy, had understanding, really got me. And I would do whatever they asked of me until they changed, and they always do. So if you're a founder, if you're responsible for the vision of where you and your folks are heading, then you need to remember that you need to take a few minutes every single day to cast that vision, to figure out what it's going to be. You have to make it up. You have to decide it's kind of that way. You have to imagine what the vision is. How will the day go? And then your job is to go out in the day and to cast that vision among the people that you are leading. You don't have to hang around all day. You don't have to be in the office all day. You don't have to hold their hand all day. People don't need that. They just need to know that you've cast the vision and you're supporting that vision. They're all going to be happier and successful. I promise that. There's one last thing I want to add to this, and that is that, the best leaders in the world, which is who you are when you have empathy for people and you lead them, you're members of a tribe. We all are members of a tribe, right? But the best leaders, they are members of the tribe. They, in many cases, come from the same tribe. Hey, he's like me. I get it. That person's just like me. But I don't want somebody just like me to lead me. Are you kidding? I don't trust myself. I'm not going to do it. I want somebody you're like me, but you're just a little different. Because it takes a different attitude. It takes a vision to be the leader that other people can kind of grab onto and come along with. That's where you want to be. And I promise you this, if you're running crazy throughout your day, you don't have to be the big, political leader or things like that. If you will just know the vision and know what you're trying to do, and then make sure you cast that upon the folks that you come across, you'll get buy-in. Some people even get to the point where it becomes a movement, and folks just support you. They want to be part of your tribe. They already are, so use that. Think like a founder and use your vision. So tomorrow, I'm going to talk about you. Oh my gosh, Scott, it's not okay to focus on me. That's what I've heard. Nope, it's exactly the opposite. You got to put your mask on first if you're on an airliner and they have trouble, right? You got to breathe first. So we'll talk about that tomorrow on Friday's show. Do less, live more. Oh, that's one of my favorite topics.